So you're just skimming off the wax from the paper toweling. So this is Mr. Old School Prepper, and his lovely bees gave him wax, and he is making a medicated salve. Right now he's melted down all the honeycomb into this pot, and then he filtered it, and now he's just reclaiming some of the honey that made a great escape, wax that made the great escape onto what we're using, paper toweling for filtration. Here's baby Sarah. She's always interested in what's going on. Hi, Sarah. And this is what's going to be going into our mix. Sarah, stop that. She's chewing on the bottom of the tripod. Tea tree oil. Vitamin E is preservative. Oregano oil. Clove oil. And maybe some peppermint. These are all antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial. And this is a mix we've made before. We vary the essential oils that we put in. And these are all real essential oils. They're not, synthetic oils or fractionated. They're the full meal deal. They're the real thing. So as we go along here, we'll keep you posted and show you what's going on. It's a messy process. Dealing with wax is messy, so be prepared for that. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we're outside, just letting the wax in here cool, and it will solidify. On the top, it'll make a nice thin layer, like this yellow. Hey, look at this bee. It's coming to visit the wax. He wants his wax back. So it will solidify on the top and make a nice thin yellow piece of wax, and then any of the impurities will most likely be at the bottom of it, although sometimes things get caught within the wax itself, and that's why you have to wash it, which means to boil it, let it cool, remove the solids, heat it up in water, get it all melted, let it cool, remove the solids over and over and over again. So we have this up on a trivet, an old-fashioned metal trivet underneath there, so cold air can get all the way around it. Now I'll show you where this wax came from. Alright, we're outside. You guys have seen this area before, and you've seen both my hives before, or our hives. So what you don't know is that one of our hives swarmed, and there were only a few guys left in the hive. And so what we did is we took the wax out. See, that this is that dead or alive? That bee is dead. So we took the honeycomb. It goes into the hive like this. This is a particular type of hive. It goes in like this. And then there's another one here, and another one, and another one, and another one. And then the bees build off of this, and then they put honey in here. But this hive swarmed before it filled with honey. So this is what we use to melt down for wax. If it's brown like this, it has so many solids in it, it's hard to get good beautifulness out of it. But if it's light like this, it's wonderful. Wish it was full of honey, but it's not. So this hive, like I said, it swarmed, and there were only, I don't know, a few thousand bees left. Usually there's about 10,000 bees in a hive. So what we did is we combined the hives, and right now they're getting used to each other. So let's take a peek in the window so you can see, look at all those bees in there. And that's the honeycomb that they've made, and it is full of honey. We checked, and look at all that. And we had extended this section a few months ago. I have a video on that. We extended that open. So lots and lots and lots of bees. It's really cold today, so you can tell the bees are kind of huddled together for heat. We are going to insulate this hive, though, so they can last the winter here. Oregon doesn't usually get too cold, but in the last couple of years it's really been extraordinary. But you know, climate change is real, people. So cold weather does not equal great news for the bees. So we'll clean this hive up, and then we will put it up and get some more bees next year. All right, back to the salve making. What you doing? Pulling the wax out?
Pulling clean wax out.
What's the back of it look like? You can't scrape any of that off. Oh, I guess it's mostly good wax, yeah.
It's pretty clean.
Yeah. Sticking to the sides. Yeah. So all that on the bottom is just gunk that you cleaned out of the wax when you boiled it. That's cool. Do you think that's clean enough to use over there?
I do.
Yeah. All right. That smells so good. Alright, so we're going to weigh the beeswax because we think it's about 25% beeswax to oil ratio, and we're going to use some coconut oil as our base, and then all the essential oils are also in carrier oils, so they'll have oil in them as well. And even though we make up this recipe as we go, we're looking at just general ingredient list from the beeswax workshop book, which is a nice little book. Alright, so we have 5 ounces wax, 5 ounces coconut oil, and 5 ounces of shea butter. It's raw shea butter that I whipped and have just as a skin cream. But it's a nice carrier oil, so we will see how light that is. We will add it in and see how that goes, melting it down. It's melting fast. So we strained it one more time through, this is a paint strainer, Stan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paint strainer, and got the last of the little goobies out. So what's in here is wax and those fats that we added, so the coconut oil and the shea butter, the raw shea butter. So, isn't it beautiful? It's kind of orangey.
Yeah. So
you could pop the top of it off
yeah.
if you don't like it. Tablespoon?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon. So we're starting with a teaspoon of vitamin E, and that not only is a skin conditioner, but it will also help with preserving.
Half a teaspoon of oregano oil.
Oregano oil.
Antifungal.
Antifungal, and Mr. OSP's favorite, I think. You use that all the time.
And we'll do, because this is kind of all around, right? We'll use the tea tree oil. We'll put a tablespoon of tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil. Plus it smells good. They all smell good.
Okay. Just for the scent. And
Clove?
clove, yeah.
Well, clove oil's got good antibacterial, antimicrobial. Is it antifungus? I don't know.
know.
Probably. Probably cures everything. And I have a bridge to sell you in New York.
And just for fun,
Peppermint?
peppermint. Do a teaspoon of peppermint. Cooling maybe on a burn or something. Alright.
What we traditionally have used are these kinds of tins. Because it makes it easy to carry in the pocket, and they're just like the perfect size. We keep them in the refrigerator until we're ready to use them, but they still last for years once you use them. So what we're going to do is just let this all sit in the container here, so when it's all cold we'll see how spreadable it is, because if it's too hard, if it has too much wax in it, it's going to be too hard to get it on to your skin or onto a cut or whatever you're using it for. Does it smell good?
Yeah.
Let's take a whiff. Take a whiff. Yeah, it does. Pepperminty, but good without being medicinal. So we just need to make sure it's the right texture. So we'll see you in a few hours.